housing perspective. You know, when you do a lockdown, well, and this is one of my lines is when you do a lockdown, what's a lockdown for me and you may not be a lockdown for everybody, especially in a urban community where you have, you know, different levels of income. When you have poor people, they may not have, you know, cable, or they may not have access to Wi-Fi. You know, so those things are necessities in just keeping up with information, especially when you're dealing with something like COVID. So even though the president was on TV telling us things, you know, all the time with the doctors telling us what to do, there was a population that probably didn't even know he was on because they didn't have a cable or television to see him. So without that information, you had a lot of people just continuing to go out and do things, but yet still they were not informed on what they should and should not do during this. So when you're dealing with different levels of income, you have different levels of disparity. So the lockdown wasn't always the wonderful thing that we thought. That, you know, it helped for a minute, but the longer you prolong it, it's harder on those people. And so now we're going into, wow, we're about, I would say, 4 months outside of, you know, when the lockdown was lifted on a national level, and we still have areas of our state that is still locked down. So with that, those people are not, some of those people are not working, some of those industries are not there, some of our businesses, small businesses have closed. I was driving down a major drag in south eastern Detroit, which is called Woodward Avenue. And when you go down toward the northern part of it, you see a lot of the buildings that have now been boarded up for sale signs over. There were smaller businesses there that were thriving.